how high this is, how fast this is moving, right? And look at this. And what's really relevant is back here. Look at this. Look at that huge jump in October, right? The whole year it's been going up, but look at this big jump for whale addresses just in October alone. That big jump right there, right? That's telling you something. The whales are loading up. They are loading up. So unfortunately, while retail investors are panicking and while retail investors are losing interest and while they are leaving, you know, this is the time where all the big boys are coming in and just really eating up all the supply right now. That's exactly what they're doing behind the scenes. And a lot of retail investors may be wondering, well, if that's the case, why is the price not going up, right? Because they're doing it secretly. There are many ways to do it. OTC is a great way to do it. Another way to do it is just to spread out the buys. Another way to do it is to control and manipulate the market, cause it to go down, and buy when things are low. I mean, these guys, they have controlled Wall Street for decades, so they know what they're doing. There's many ways to do it, okay? There's many, many ways for them to do it. They are among the smartest in the industry. So they are accumulating because now they realize that Bitcoin is the future. So that's exactly what's happening, right? So this is why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin, because this is going to be the only, or the not the only, this is going to be the first cycle we go through. You could argue, and it is, the first cycle we go through where there will be true institutional FOMO. It's already happening, but there is so much money that will be flowing in from the institutions. It'll be unlike anything we have ever seen. No previous cycles, no previous tops did we have institutional FOMO. It was all retail. Every single cycle we had before, 2021 and 2017 and 2013, they were all retail FOMO. Now we're going to have true in 2025, if that is the top. If we don't have a super cycle and we just keep on going, if 2025 we have that top and we have institutional FOMO, man, the sky's the limit, because these guys have billions and trillions that they could be putting in, and it's going to be unlike anything we have ever seen. I mean, we can only make predictions, but these guys, they just have so much money. And here's the thing, and the reality of a super cycle, a lot of people theorize and talk about it. It could be a reality because, hey, all these big whales and institutions that bought in, are they really going to be like retail investors and time it like, oh, okay, it's the end of 2025, let's all dump it? If they're holding so much of the supply and they continue to hold it, who's going to be dumping it? So we can have a super cycle where we continue on. We just hold and continue on forever. We might not have crypto winter ever again. We could have volatilities. We could still have the 20 or 30% dips. But we may not have that 85% dip like before ever again. We could just continue on forever and just have super cycles. That could be very well the new reality. Bottom line is, grab your Bitcoin, grab your cheap sats while you can. Jack Dorsey bought 5,000 Bitcoin, put it on Square's balance sheet 4 years ago. Today, it's worth $500 million, and he's been buying more and more and more. I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good strategy so far. People that have implemented the Bitcoin strategy has been DCAing. It's been working. It's been working. Even though it seems like it's so slow, Bitcoin's so slow and it doesn't go anywhere and it's too big and the returns are too little. No, those are not true. Bitcoin still gives great returns, and you just have to have patience. That's why there are so many new people coming in doing it. Metaplanet's doing it, even though some people make fun of them, like, oh, so little, right? But they're DCAing every single month. Their holdings now 40.5 million. In a year or 2 or 5, that 40 million will become 400 million. And it won't seem so little anymore, right? Everyone starts out somewhere. When Metaplanet's holdings turn from 40 million to 400 million, no one's going to be laughing anymore. And that will come one day. And it'll probably come sooner than expected. And here's something else, too. We in Bitcoin, we live in the moment. So whenever we get like a bad week, like everyone freaks out, right? Other than me. I'm just kidding. A lot of you guys don't freak out. But a lot of people do. But here's the thing. Even with like last week's bad week or whatever, and all the volatility that we had, the year-to-date return on Bitcoin compared to everything, all other industries out there, Bitcoin is still number one for year-to-date return. I mean, that's how funny it is, right? Like, people talk about, like, you got a lot of people talk about, you got to put all your money in real estate, or you got to put all your money in gold, or put it into equities, put it into some kind of equities, or go buy some bonds. Hey, how about let's buy some treasuries? Like, you got all these people telling you there's all these different kind of investments, but none of them outperforms Bitcoin. Not one. Maybe individual stocks, like if you put into Nvidia or something, maybe. But if you're looking at a sector, none has outperformed Bitcoin, right? So that's the thing. So this is why it's never too late to go into Bitcoin. Now, for those of you guys that are gold bugs, and gold has been doing very well recently, but still below 3,000, and it's taken how many years to get to this point? Let's not focus on that. But if you're focusing on Bitcoin versus gold, we are going through a similar pattern right now. And if we're going to follow it, then, then it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin, when it moves, it moves like 10x higher or 10x more than gold at this point, right? And here's the thing, what people don't realize about gold versus Bitcoin. Gold basically has no set supply, right? Sure, there's a set amount on the planet, but we don't know what that set amount is. There's always more gold that can be found or mined. That's just not how Bitcoin works.